Hello and welcome to the Sunday Build Show. What's happening, everybody?
I have a question.
Hello.
Hi.
BG starts. He's got a question. What's up, Mr. BG?
Who are these other guys?
Who are these other guys? Yeah, we got to figure that out, right? We definitely don't have any less wheels on the model car this week. We've got the same amount of wheels, just different styles. Everybody say hi to Mr. Tim Casper. Tim, how you doing, buddy?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
Good, living the dream, my brother. Where would we know you from? Is it what's that?
Midwest Scale Modelers.
Midwest Scale Modelers. Awesome.
Yeah, I'm the president of Midwest Scale Modelers.
All right. And of course we have Mr. Matt Hickey. Matt, what's going on, my friend?
What's up, fellas? Glad to be here.
Everybody knows Matt from Matt Models and More. Definitely
Hopefully
putting out some good content there. If you don't, be sure and go check out Matt at Matt Models and More. Great videos, man. I love your as a fellow producer, a guy that's trying to be more on the producing side. I really enjoy your videos for their production value, and I can see what you put into them. So great work on that.
thank you, man. Appreciate that.
And of course, we got our good friend Justin Bad Santa Ryan. What's up, Justin?
That's it.
Just another friggin' day.
Another day in paradise. Am I right?
I don't know about paradise, but
And Mr. BG, it's always good to see you, my friend.
Yeah, you're seeing me right now.
Yeah, right. We're seeing what you're working on.
I love that Justin sets the bottom half of the curve of our expectations for the show.
that's what I do.
I'm alive, all right.
I'll put it anywhere. It's going to fall off anyway.
Okay. All right. If you would like to get a hold of our legal team,
Scale model Eeyore lately.
Right. So I hear everybody asking, where's the other boys? They are actually in Maine, I believe, at a show. Brian's wondering how they did at the show today. I'm sure they all did well. They're all excellent model builders. I'm looking forward to hearing how well they did as well. So, but they're basically at a show. Tim, Jody, and Jason are in Maine having a good time at a show today. So we were lucky enough to get Tim and Matt to come in and hold down some spots for us. And we definitely appreciate you guys coming in and having fun.
I'm only hoping I can hold it up like they do, brother.
Yeah, you do fine.
Yeah.
Chat is rolling. Ted's
It's
in
not,
here. Brian's in here. Robert Peterson. Imperial Model Works. I know you know who that is, don't you, Tim?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I just saw that.
Mr. Logan.
How's the weather up there?
Yeah, I don't know. It's got to be cold where he's at. I don't think it ever warms up where he's at up there. It's cold.
Oh, I thought he was asking me. I'm like, that's not cool, dude.
That's it. Yeah, he and I were talking one time on the Discord, and he's from Wisconsin, and my aunt used to live in Chippewa Falls.
Chippewa
Where-
Falls, Wisconsin.
Yeah, wherever the brewery is, because I remember being a little kid and
It's
going to the
Wisconsin.
brewery with my uncle and my stepdad up there.
It's Wisconsin. There's a
a lot.
brewery on every corner.
This is true. It was a Leinenkugel brewery.
Ooh, I like their stuff.
Brian says they're in Maine at the Down East Con. Okay, thanks, Brian.
That's right.
All right. Logan
I'll
says
come
that's
back
where he
to you.
lives. Yeah.
Down east.
Brian says it's almost 60 in Mass today. Tim, I don't guess we need to tell him what the weather's like in Florida, do we?
Keep that quiet.
Same in South Carolina, brother.
Let's just say it's sunny and 75. What's up, Dave? Good to see you.
These tweezers suck.
BG with
Mom.
your fault.
BG,
Might
that's
want to keep those
because,
around, man.
that's because you picked up your vacuum.
Yeah, okay.
How about you tell us exactly how you feel about those tweezers, BG?
Well, they were the nice machine pointed ones, machined to a nice point, but I dropped them recently,
Uh-oh.
and now they look like two bananas facing away from each other.
That brings up a question I've been looking at. Have you all seen, I believe, don't hold me to it, but there's new tweezers. I say new, they're new to me. First time I've seen them. But they have replaceable tips that are like ceramic. Maybe it's not ceramic. Maybe it is ceramic.
Yeah.
Are those worth the darn? Has anybody got any experience with those?
Yeah, those are on Temu, and they call them chopsticks, dude.
Actually, actually have a nice.
Golly.
They call it ceramic. I call it plastic. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Not the chopsticks.
it's nice
those
if you're putting those little nuts and bolts in. If you're going that
Yeah.
detailed,
Right.
they don't have static. I use a lot of pins.
They're good for doing magnets too, aren't they?
Yes.
Right,
yes.
because it won't
Yeah.
stick to it. Yeah, that makes
Right.
sense.
I tell you what I did for magnets, because I do that a lot with my doors. I actually just did a filament print of somebody's design and used those, and they work great. Because I was having my dumb self was trying to use regular tweezers, put my magnets in. Already had the glue in there, and I'm like, son of a yeah.
Yep. I've done that where I've had to leave the tweezers attached to the magnet till the glue sets up. I'll just come back in 10 minutes.
Yeah, just wasn't thinking. But now those filament printed ones work really good.
Yeah.
I had seen them, and they're not super expensive, but they're not cheap either, right?
Right. When I bought them, they were just the start of the latest greatest, so they were super expensive. They were like $30.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, well, they got to be good. They're expensive.
They're expensive.
Yeah.
They got to be good, But just don't drop them because they're brittle.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I just mine stuck right into the linoleum floor. Just I was like, damn.
Wink.
I would rather have gone into my foot. The tweezers would still be okay.
The foot would be damaged, but the tweezers would be fine.
Oh, I can print another one of those.
You can print another foot.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hey, before I forget, I want to thank Matt because his videos babysitted my dad for hours upon hours. I would just put it on play and let him watch it.
That's awesome.
I hope that's a compliment.
It is a compliment. Yeah.
That meant he didn't have to babysit him.
Oh, that's funny.
He's 82 years old, and all these things about modeling on a TV screen. Oh my God,
He's eating that up.
I wish my father-in-law was easily entertained like that. Keep him from pinching the nurses at the care center.
All right.
Your father-in-law sounds like my kind of guy.
Like Matt, my dad falls asleep to your videos every night.
No.
All right.
Couple hot chocolate in one of your videos, and we don't see
Wow. I'd watch him. He'd be watching it, and all of a sudden, a little while later, I see him out at the model bench because he's a builder also.
That's cool.
And he's trying some of your things that you were talking about.
I'm not responsible for anything that happens to him, by the way.
Right.
I need to put a disclaimer down there.
Yeah, okay to try this at home. Don't try this in the home while you're in the home. I gave my father-in-law a tour of Andy's store the other day, and he's 83 years old and uses one of those push cart things, and got through most of the warehouse, and he was pretty impressed by the store. And then halfway through the warehouse, he's like, "I'm hungry." He just turns around and started heading back to the car. I'm like, "Okay, tour's over. We'll go."
We're headed out. Time to go.
Yeah. But yeah, he's like, people buy this much model kits. I'm like, "Oh yeah." He goes, "Do they build them all?" I'm like, "Yeah, right."
Yes, of course they do. Why would you think anything else?
Collection.
That's right.
I don't even have a big collection, and as fast as I build models, they 2 a year. They'll last me till 3 lifetimes.
That's
Well, no wonder that truck was so awesome. 2 a year?
2 a year is about all I can get done. The
Man.
truck, I think it had that to look on the sheet, but I think it was $1,800.
My God.
You keep
I need to
your
give you
time?
more than a token.
It started in Illinois and finished in Florida.
Yeah, Matt, you should have given him a beer and a hug.
Right? Reach
Matt, now you
behind
know why I
something.
show up with my lawnmower. I'm like, "Can I have something? You got $1,800 there. I'll mow your grass."
Your attention
Well,
span
Mikey,
is
we got a lot
awesome,
more
bro.
parts now, so you need to come by.
Dang.
I got to get out of work long enough to go anywhere. I was telling BG earlier, the job that one of the 2 jobs that I'm on, we're pouring concrete. So I work all day and then sit there in my bulldozer all night, waiting for half the night anyway, waiting for them to get stuck to pull them out. I get to sleep while I'm in there, but sleeping in a bulldozer is not the same as sleeping in a bed.
No.
What? That's a bunch of horse shit.
It is a bunch of horse shit.
That made me think of something the other day. You know, golf carts are a thing here, right?
Right.
So here I am, I'm driving. You know, in every pond you go by, you're looking to see if there's any gators. Well, I drive by this one. It wasn't a gator. It was a landscaper. And he slid into the pond with the tractor. You know, he has one of those zero turn that he's riding. And he's spinning, water's flying.
That's crazy.
Actually, that was a gator holding on to his leg.
Right.
Right. Somebody asked me one time, is there gators? And I said, if it's standing water that has water year round, there's bound to be a gator in it, or he comes and hunts it every once in a while.
Absolutely.
See, up here in Philly, you're required to yell, "Hey, you can't park there!" as you drive by.
I found my plastic tips tweezers for my magnets. I can unscrew these and put different tips on them.
Yeah, okay, that's what I was looking at.
Yeah, I got these quite a few years ago at IPMS show.
Just the tip, right? Just to see how it feels.
Just the tip.
Oh, Justin, you nasty boy.
I was there with you.
Or we can play ouch, ouch, you run my hair.
BG Brian says he's working on his Rally Cool group build.
Oh, right on, man. I got to start mine.
Rob Altus in the house. Glenn, Tin Man's Model Garage. Ooh, chat is rolling.
Man, what's going on, brother Tim?
It's all Casper. It's Mr. Casper.
Yep. See, we bring in two special people, and look what happens.
I'm special, all right.
Well, remember,
I can relate to that. I'm short bus special with a helmet and crayon.
It's not just a guest spot. Every guest that we have on here is also a secret interview.
Yeah.
Right.
Logan says winter sucks up there. You don't have alligators or large snakes, but he's got bears. He's got bears. I've been there.
Yeah, I'd much rather have a gator than a bear.
Yeah, me too.
Ah, they both taste like chicken.
And there you have it.
Hey, I got something to share.
Okay, let me blow you up.
Enlarging me.
I am in big and in
Real
you.
quick though, BG, before you go off, on the vein of every new guest is an interview. The next episode of The Insanity does not feature Bad Santa.
Nope.
Bad Santa was feeling not all there, in a bad mental state last night, but apparently it's a free-for-all with like 10 plus people.
Oh my
and
God.
They are right now, the working title is Replacing Private Ryan.
Better than replacing Ryan's privates.
Yeah, definitely.
That could happen.
Well,
we'll just punch you new ones.
Mine are
note,
only
I'm
for
gonna
show
dig
anyway, so.
All right. Well,
Anyway,
I'll
go ahead,
listen.
BG.
I can't wait to listen to the editing on that.
Right.
I want to know what scale you're talking about.
Riv said that it's going to be very minor editing because he wants to get it out so people can listen to it on the way to
Sounds
amps.
good. All right. So the 3-hour build that we had done, what was that, 7-8 weeks ago now? I finally finished it, but I made a couple of quick little changes at the very end. Here we go.
Woo!
Nice. No.
Yeah.
Super cool.
All right.
That was
Turn
worth
ready.
taking the extra time for, man. That thing looks really good.
Yeah, for a Lego car, right?
Right?
That's
Oh.
crazy.
Here's the real one.
I was about to say. That's why I said, no, that's not it.
That's not right. I like Mike, though. Yeah, you'll get that on
Yeah,
the
it did
video.
look good. Till the pieces started falling off. There's the real one.
So
That's
yeah,
awesome.
it was all the hand painting that was slowing me up. But she's
I like
done.
that.
I'm happy with it.
Looks good.
I even
Right.
bought a second body off of eBay just in case some of the cleanup I had to do on here didn't come out right. Turns out this is actually just chrome And then Polar Lights has a flat coat over the top of it to dull it down, and that's it. Because I had to sand a little spot, and then it got really super shiny, like a chrome bumper, and then I just went over it with some Tamiya like X86, whatever it is, XF86 dull stuff, and it dulled right back out again. I can't even remember where the heck it was on here that I did it. I think it's towards the back here someplace. But yeah, we finally got it done, and the stand for it is still super lame. Looks like crappy dollar store vampire fangs.
This is like 4 golf tees tied together. Is what it looks
Yeah,
like.
right.
That's probably
It's
what
like
it
you went
is.
to Old Country Buffet and stole their shit.
Right.
Or Cracker Barrel, not Old Country Buffet.
These came in a pizza box, kept the lid off the pizza.
There you go. Yeah,
But there we go. We are all done with our 3-hour build.
It's about time.
I want to get started on next year's. But that's it.
Well,
That's
that's
it
good.
for us.
Worth
It's
the
nice to have a win.
Definitely worth the extra effort.
Thank you.
I'm trying to
Mikey, did you finish?
Yeah, I did. I did the little Davy Allison 28 snap tight car. This little guy.
Nice.
That's
not a Lego, is it?
No, it's not a Lego. It could have been, but it wasn't.
Which build was that for, Mike?
We had a 3-hour group build where we did it right here on the show.
Wow.
We started at like 4 o'clock and went to 7 o'clock and had to have it done. Start from an open kit to finish. So BG did the
Polar Lights
DeLorean, the Polar Lights DeLorean. I did the 28 Haviland snap together car, and
Mark Batson.
Mark Batson was with us. Yeah, Mark did that new Volkswagen. It's basically the old Volkswagen Bug Bus, Bug Bus. Now it's Coca-Cola. Now it's Coca-Cola one. So
okay, 3 hours. I would have started with the box art and finished with the box art. we just had the 24-hour build for our Midwest Scale Modelers page, and actually, this is the one I did. It's a curbside. You can definitely see by the bottom. Nothing fancy, but this is what I did for the 24-hour build.
You can build fast,
right?
Yeah, I don't know how, but I'm not going to get a real close up of it.
Right. I just fixed to say same way with my Thunderbird. It's what I call a 50-50 car. Looks good at 50 feet or 50 miles an hour.
Right. But it was fun to do. I've never done something like that, and to actually try to finish something that fast, and because it's a replica of the truck that I had when I met my wife, but I gave it a little bit bigger wheels now. But yeah, that was fun. I'm looking forward to doing some more of these builds.
My mental state can't handle deadlines. I had enough of that in the real world.
I have a question for Tim. Did you meet your wife because of the truck?
I'd like to say no, but her answer would probably be yes. She just likes the color pink, and
okay, that's awesome.
She'll be at Acme this year. So,
oh, cool.
Nice.
Yeah, she's working on a Nomad.
Oh, she's building too? Oh, that's awesome.
Meet Mrs. Casper.
Yeah, she actually, the first year we went to Acme, she got a top 10.
Dang.
Very cool.
She had this little
what year was that?
We just taken off the masks after COVID.
Okay.
21, 22?
Yeah, somewhere in there.
That would have been at the old venue.
That would have been what I missed then.
Yeah, it was at the old building.
They almost need another venue again.
Right.
Those tables were packed last year.
Yeah, they were.
It's amazing how fast they get packed.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't even. I was like, why even give us the early bird option?
Exactly.
Right.
Me and the wife did the early bird, and when we got there, the tables were already full. We were like, what? We couldn't understand what happened.
Yep.
We need to have an early bird.
Yeah, right.
An early bird, dirty bird. Okay, that will do that. Well, a lot of times folks get in there as the what do they call it? when they do the load in for the
Yes.
Vendors.
vendors, yeah. And were they letting folks do stuff the night before?
Yeah, that's what I did. I went in and I was helping Matthew set up, and I went over and put my stuff out. Literally, when I put my car out, that yellow one at the corner out there, the Dart, it was the only one on the table.
Really?
Yep.
Mike's like, I got a
Don't
chance.
forget your best buddy Tim this year.
Mike's got the only car on the table the night before. He's like, yeah, I got a chance.
That's right. And then everybody else showed up, and I'm like, yep, time to go back to the house.
That's got to be the stiffest competition in a car class you could ever be at. I mean, it's just, it's insane.
By far.
With my luck, there would only be 8 entrants, and I still wouldn't make top 10.
Yeah, that's I mean, that show is just. There's so many great builders that go there. Tim, I mean, you were there. Matt, you were there. I saw your builds as well. I mean, everybody.
You got Kalinkowitz.
Yeah,
you got.
He's a riot.
You name it, they're there, man.
He was a top 10.
Top builder in the country's at that show. It seems like, you know.
Yeah.
It's just.
Yeah. Hell, there was a whole group there from California. The lowrider guys, the scale riders.
Scale custom, scale. What's his name? Scale.
Yeah, they all flew
Scale
in.
riders.
Scale riders. Yeah. I'm trying to think of his first name. I know it, but I can't think of it.
They had some awesome builds, man.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did.
Yeah, it's amazing. And every year, just I tell my club, you know, because I try to bring guys down. Bob comes down. I see him in the chat over here.
Jernigan?
No, Bob Peterson he's the vice president of Midwest Scale Modelers. He's been coming down for the past couple of years, and we got another guy coming. I tell him, I said, if there's 900 cars on the table, you know, 800 and some of them are best of show winners.
Absolutely.
It's crazy how much talent is in that building.
It really is.
Absolutely.
So Imperial Model Works says that Acme is a bucket list show for him. Wouldn't place, but I'd love to see it.
Logan, I think you would do well, especially with your derby cars.
Yeah, I think Logan would do well
with those.
That would fit right in.
Yeah, because he does amazing work. Logan does amazing work with his derby cars, man. He does a lot of really cool stuff, and he would definitely break a lot of hearts because he takes some of them old Johan kits and just mashes them, right?
Are you serious?
Hangs them up, and he loves doing it. He loves to see people turn red when they figure out what it is. Ow! He tells me all the time on Discord, he's like, "I'm going to make some people mad." I'm like, "It doesn't matter. It's your build. You do what you want to."
Logan's probably the best derby builder.
I would say that too.
Him and Rick Bikema, but Logan, I've had the pleasure of judging his models before. Let me tell you, they are not easy to judge because it's above and beyond every detail. You know, and it's just crazy. I mean, and he's talented. He's very humble.
Yeah,
great guy. Great addition to the hobby.
I love that he gets those skid steer tires to put on there to make it look as real as possible. You know, I mean, it's just really amazing what he does.
What gets me about the judging of that kind of stuff is a lot of folks think that somebody did that because they made a mistake and they're trying to hide something. But that's
I can see that.
That's the armor world. Yeah.
Yes,
just throw blood on it.
You're probably right.
But no, when I build a rusty car or whatever, I'm doing that on purpose, not because I'm trying to hide a mistake.
Right.
And everything I'm doing is by design.
I mean, honestly, sometimes making a weathered vehicle is way more difficult because, I mean, you can't just slap paint on it and say, you know, it's weathered. There is a technique to it. You do have to do it certain ways.
Only for you shiny car guys. Us armor and aircraft modelers, that's second nature.
Yeah, you're right, though. You're right.
But I
learned a lot of my techniques from watching videos from, you know, military and plane builds and stuff like that.
Same here. I used to read the fine scale model magazines in my lunch breaks, and I was learning about new techniques I couldn't wait to try out, you know.
Right.
That's why I feel like it's important to not pigeonhole yourself into one genre.
I agree.
Actually get out there and try other genres as well.
I agree.
I'm trying to do that. I've been if I go into the military side, I think I would still have to do some form of vehicle, not a tank, but maybe something that's half tank with the.
There's plenty of stuff to choose from.
Plenty of half tracks out there. Just last weekend, I did in a for the Modeling Insanity's bunny shoot. I did Tamiya 148 scale fuel truck, and
Nice.
you know what I mean. So they got plenty of options out there to do not shiny.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and then you can do technical
that's something I
vehicles,
want to do.
I don't have it handy, but there's I got one last year from Secret Santa that's basically looks like a cab over Kenworth with a flatbed on the back.
Not bad Santa, Secret Santa.
No, not bad Santa, but it's a full track vehicle, right? So it's an artillery transporter is what it is, and it was a real vehicle. It's a real Russian vehicle. So it's like a truck body on a track system, and it looks really, really cool. The one I got this year is the Ming. That's basically a Kubel wagon, but it's on tracks and skis. So it's really, really cool. That's what gets me over to that side of it. And I did a little 172nd tank and had pretty good luck with it, but it's a 172nd tank. You know what I mean? There's not a whole lot to it. I couldn't screw it up.
There's also that Sherman tank you finished. Oh wait, no,
no, did I not finish it?
Poured a little bit of salt.
But I think
you finished opening it.
I think I'm going to have to put it on the back burner because I'm looking at my clock and I'm seeing that this Acme show is coming up really fast, and my pacer is nowhere near ready.
So wait,
not enough.
Mike, you're moving that up to the back burner? You're taking it off the prep counter?
Let's see.
You got the plastic off the box.
I did.
He finished opening it.
Yeah.
What were you trying to lick the plastic off the box?
Doing something.
Poor Mike. He always gets.
I get beat up every time.
Every week I watch this, Mike gets blasted.
193 days until Acme.
Look at that. BG's got countdown on.
And I've got 2 builds to finish. That's scary. Speaking of, what's everybody got on their bench right now?
Ooh, good question.
I was wondering when we were going to get to that.
Right.
Way to go, host.
Yeah. Mike's paying me on the side.
Like I said, everybody's interviewing all the time.
I will go first. But give me just a second to get set up here.
Yeah, good thing you're going first because I'm already ready to go.
All right, you want to go first? BG, good, because they give me to do my thing. You, sir, are in Big End.
All right, so we are working on the Wildcat once again. What's this blurry, stupid camera focus? Redoing the chrome because we do the AK chrome on here, and I don't like how that lays down. It doesn't get into all the crooks and grannies very well. So I've got some actual bare metal foil we're going to use on that. And then I also have the El Camaro back on the bench. I'm going to do a little bit more sanding on there we go. Camera decides to focus now. Do a little bit more sanding on the C-pillars so that we can get this guy out of the primer stage and into the painter stage. So that's on the bench today. And then if I have time, let's back to the GT. Oh my. Trying to get the front end here to match up a lot better than it originally was designed to. And taking it a step further, if you guys built this kit, you know it comes with whatever the hell this is supposed to be. So
AMT's version of we'll make it easy.
Yeah, exactly. We're doing you a favor, not. So I cut down the actual posts in the back that held the metal axle. And yes, this has leaf springs on it, but those are only temporary because I'm using this differential and a rear axle. And then I cut off the radius arms, whatever you call these guys. Cut them off, and I glued them in place so I know exactly that this is square to the body in the car. And then we'll remove the leaf springs, and then we'll put in the coil-over shocks on the backside here, so it'll give it the right ride height. So I'm kind of trying to keep the rear suspension a little more original. Just not this.
The one piece of drive shaft rear end, you mean?
Yes, exactly. So I'm doing some little bit of mods on that guy there because I'm like, I might as well make this look nice since I'm doing a lot of work to try and make the front end look nice.
Hell yeah.
So there we go. Those are the projects.
That's a busy bench.
I like that. It's my new channel name, The Busy Bench.
The busy bench. Who's next?
All right, that's it for me.
I'll jump in there.
Thank you and good night. Bye.
Good night. Bye.
So I got a couple things going. Before hitting up this build room live thing, I'm working on the P38 Lightning.
That is cool.
Working on this last week. It is in Mr. Surfacer Primer. Working on the seam lines down the booms, smoothing them out. And that's that. And then I picked up today. I took one final trip to AAA Hobbies in New Jersey. They'll be closing probably by the end of June. I don't know if I'll be able to financially make it back there again. So today was my last trip. My man Jack put this away for me.
Ooh,
that is cool.
135th scale Israeli combat helicopter heavy duty freaking whatever words that says.
Right.
That's a relevant model kit right now.
Right.
So I am right now working on the cockpit.
Nice.
If you guys are in the Magnolia, New Jersey area, they've got crazy sales going on over there right now. This kit's got a sticker price of $125, and I got it and two Revell Gemini capsules for a total of $78.
Wow.
So
what a deal.
If you now's the time to pull the trigger on some stuff.
Right.
Are those Gemini models current ones or are they vintage ones?
I believe it's the vintage. They actually posted up that they found a bunch of bagged kits.
Oh,
so
okay.
no boxes, $10 a piece.
Man, that's awesome.
That is
I didn't think I was going to make it there to get one, so I was like, whatever. And then when I saw that they had like a rack of them, I'm like, all right, I will buy two. Thank you.
Man, that's a cool find.
So that's where I'm at.
Nice. Well, Matt, you said you were ready, so we'll put you up next, my friend.
Alrighty. I got 3. 2 of them are Acme builds. I'll start with the one Mark Batson's got, the group challenge for everyone that's got a, if you're a content creator or any kind of social media stand out. So I've got a 65 panel wagon Chevy panel that my wife printed for me, and because I can't print, she does a better job at it. Cutting the doors out, as you know, cutting on resin is not the easiest thing. So I've got STS made some decals for me that's going on the side of that. But going along with that, I'm scratch building a trailer, and it's got a TV inside of it showing my channel.
Yeah.
It's got the checkerboard. I've got couches to go on the inside.
Yeah, that's cool.
So that will be, pulled behind that. So that's the Mark Batson challenge. Then I've got the songs or music in motion, and I've been working on a 65 Lincoln Continental suicide doors. I got one of them opened up, and here it is right here because I've got a magnet on it. So the interior is going to be burgundy. The outside is going to be there's the door, real thick door. Right. It's like one of the biggest doors you'll ever see on a Continental. And that's real life. I looked at it, was like, man, is it really this big? And sure enough, it is. So that's going to be Hot Rod Lincoln for the Acme show. I've got a nice little display I've been working on for that. And my in-between build that has nothing to do with anything, just doing it, is a 65 Chrysler 300 from Mobius. And I am, this is why I was talking to BG earlier before we started about kind of doing a little IPMS jab with this one, because it's going to be painted olive drab, flat olive drab, and it's going to have white walls, white top. I'm going to have the military star on the side. On the fenders, it's going to say Pop Smoke, and then on the back, Watch My Six. So it's going to be more like a old hot rod style. It's going to be bagged on the ground. I mean, it's going to be
Cool.
sitting on the frame. It's going to be so low. So
It'll be
that's
like a retired commander's car, something like that.
yeah. That's kind of
like
what I was going for. So that's going to be a fun build. That's my in between. But I really seeing that countdown that BG's got me a little nervous. I think I need to jump back on my Acme builds and say the heck with everything else.
Well, Matt, I got a quick question for you.
Yeah, man.
You know anybody that has a channel or a title, Soda City Minis?
Yeah, that's my wife.
That's kind of what I thought, because the comment that she left behind was, "Your wife is amazing, Matt."
Well, you know her, you met her. She is amazing. And just like what Tim was saying, you know, my wife's a builder as well. Yeah. And she's took a couple to Acme last year, and she's won some shows this year and a little bit last year. So she's she's starting. Her business is going to be something different, though. She's going to be more custom. So, like, for instance, Irvin from the Art of Rake, me and him are in the same modeling group together, CAMS. And he needed a forklift for the Sticky Buns van that he just made.
Right.
So she, printed him a forklift so he can paint it to match the Sticky Buns van, 3D van that he did.
Dang.
Yeah, that's a wall-to-wall. I think he got that from Jeff from Wall to Wall Hobbies. So yeah, she can do stuff like that. So we're doing like one-off stuff,
something different, right?
Yeah.
New stuff for the market.
Yeah.
What's your pricing like for that kind of stuff?
Well, it's going to really depend on how long it's going to take, if it needs to be designed, all that stuff. That forklift, if we would have sold that, which it's a true scale to his truck, that's probably $40, $50.
All right,
printed and shipped and all that stuff.
I'm just gonna have to shut up and take my money now.
Well, I meant to say $70 or $80.
Yeah, I'm out. Mikey, pay the man.
That's awesome. Mr. Tim, you got something you want to share?
Yeah, I got this is one of them I'm building for Acme this year.
Ooh, that thing is cool.
Damn.
Stretched.
Yeah, that is badass.
The back end still got a little bit of trying to find a camera here. It's got a piece that comes down here. I still got to figure something out for the tail lights. It's got like 32-inch rear rims. It's gonna be pretty much all custom. The whole center section comes from the Smoothster. I changed the grill up. Opening doors that have opening trunk.
The front fenders are stretched.
Yeah, the front fenders. I didn't stretch the whole center section here. I just stretched. I moved the fenders forward.
Okay.
And then I added the vents right here.
That's awesome.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I like that. The vents are a good use of space because you're going to have like a lot of dead area there.
Right.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good idea.
That's freaking awesome.
Tail lights. I'm going to do one of two things. I'm either going to do the teardrop, the bullet sight, the bullet ones,
right.
Or I'm going to make a mold of this back end, and then clear or transparent red resin it, and then sink them into there.
That'd be cool.
So
that's what I was thinking, like almost like a motorcycle tail light that goes on the back of a bag,
right
type thing. Yeah,
right. That's my initial thoughts. So
I love the way it's sitting right there
right now.
Yeah, that's
looks mean.
It's on its build board. So
I was going to say, tell us a little bit about your billboard. I'm lucky enough that you gifted me one of those billboards. Tell them how you do that, man. That's really cool.
So with the billboards, I've made ride height blocks. They come in, 2-inch, 3-inch, 4-inch, 5-inch, 6-inch, and I get the car where I want it to sit. The body. First thing I do is make a body, and then I get it with a body I want it to sit with the rims and tires.
Right.
And then I build everything around it. So every time I set it down, like if you notice on the front, so every time I put it on the billboard, I slide it forward till it touches that. So I know it's in the same spot.
Oh, great idea, man.
Yeah.
And then I build, if I had the Rebel here, I would show you, because it's got like all the chassis, the frame mounts, everything glued onto this board. And usually when I'm done, I just flick them and they'll pop off because it's just a dab of super glue.
Right.
Otherwise, we make new stickers to go on the billboards. This is something that my club sells. We're gonna have 15 limited edition 1/2-inch clear acrylic ones coming out too, and it's got if you look on them, it's got a grid, and they're it's 3 inches, so you can kind of scale things as you're doing it without grabbing the ruler all the time and measuring it. So it just makes it a little quicker.
It's a really neat table, and it's on a spin type pedestal thing, so you can, as you're building, you can spin the whole plate around.
Oh wow!
Right.
That is the one priceless, man. That one you gifted me I love it, man. I've used it several times.
It's great to have. I started this doing this. I built this truck. It was called Ides of March, and it was a '66 Pro Mod Chevy truck, blue with flames on it. And I built it. I was building on a piece of cardboard with a grid on it, and I got it all together, or all built, and I'm putting it together, and the glass wouldn't fit back in it. Well, somewhere along the line, that template had moved on me. So, and I'm like, I can't have this happen again. Eventually I did get them to fit in there. But a buddy of mine who used to work for Billet Specialties, he came up to my house one day and he had 2 1/2-inch thick milled flat steel plates. He's like, here, I want you to make a grid for this. So that's how the billboard started. The 1/2-inch ones are really nice and steel, but I don't feel like Lou Ferrigno every time. So
that's an awesome idea. I got to steal that.
Dude, that thing works so well. And like I said, I've done it from everything from using it for setting the ride height, and then having it to go back to. I use it a lot putting decals on. Right, you put the decals on there, and you can spin it back around and judge on one side to the other, and all that. It's just super handy. You put on it what build it is, and so you know what you got set up. It's really cool.
Pretty cool, man.
Well,
works out well.
I'm gonna have to say to Matt, sorry, Matt, Tim's gonna get my money.
Like I said, we got. I believe they're being cut right now. The Plex for it, the acrylic. So we'll have 15 of the clear acrylic ones, which those are nice. They're a little bit lighter than the metal, so that'd be nice.
I usually just tape my stuff to the mat, to the cut mat.
I see it all the time, and you follow some of these Facebook channels, and it's like you see a guy doing something, and he's really proud, and it's really cool that he's got it on the grid paper and everything, and next thing you know, you see a crinkle in the paper and you're like, well, there's something going to go wrong there. But that's me. I got one of the original ones. My wife got one, and it's really been a game changer for me, especially when you're building a chassis, and you need that thing flat, straight, and even on both sides.
Well, you're kind of like me and Mike, probably. I rarely build a stock vehicle. I've never built a stock vehicle. So it's got to be completely custom, different, changing. I'm actually I stopped working on it, but in our meeting yesterday, I took I think it's the AMT Pinto, the Coca-Cola one. Mm-hmm. Yeah. AMT Coca-Cola Pinto. And I'm mixing that with the Moon Eyes Dragster. I'm actually going to combine those two. I'm going to cut the whole front half off of the Pinto. But that's the kind of stuff I like doing, just like you're doing with, stretching it out. And I did a Fiat, Matt from MCV Products has that 39 Fiat resin kit. Mm-hmm. And I know Mike's seen it. And same thing, I had to build that frame because that was all brass tubing, and I built it on the cut mat with tape and a little bit of glue, like you said, and just pop it off when you're done. But to try to keep those lines as straight as possible. But something like that, that's a game changer. That's
TJ brought up a point. Tim, do you guys have a price point on that plate yet? On that build plate yet, or do you know?
I believe they were the normal ones. Don't hold me. They're either 30 or 35. We haven't come up with the acrylic, but I imagine it's going to be about the same.
Yeah.
Don't get excited, BG. He said for you they're 70.
Yeah,
I mean that's a fair price for that. I mean it's a really nice piece.
Yeah, you can get them through our club. And,
what's the club again? In case everybody in the chat wants to know.
Midwest Scale Modelers.
All right, so they can just go to the website and
just go to the Facebook channel or message me or Bob Peterson. I see him on here now and then. And yeah, a lot of us, like Matt, this is as close as I get the stock.
Yeah.
That's as close.
That's what drew me to you at the shows was, your build style is right up my alley. It's the kind of stuff I like. It takes a lot of thought, a lot of planning. It's just, to me, I want someone to sit back and go, how in the world did they figure that out?
Right.
Well, that's what the first time I saw your channel, Matt, I was like, wow, okay. I'm big into I want it to be custom, somewhat custom, but I like it to be functional.
Yeah.
Something that could be real, And I seen your stuff. I'm like, wow, this is really cool. And
like I just did that 73 Mercury Cougar, which to me was not a very pretty car. The 70s ruined a lot of cars with those safety bumpers.
Yeah.
So I kind of went all out on that build, and I saw something different. I said, man, if I stretch these fenders out and cut off the, cut the bumper in half, section it, move it in, same thing with the rear bumper. I pulled it way in, tucked it way in and way under. And that was just, to me, it made the car look so much better than building it stock. It's just, I can't leave anything alone.
No,
Jason gets after me all the time about just build it out of the box. I don't know that I could do that.
I can't.
I did that with the 3-hour build only because I had to.
Right.
There was no getting custom with that.
Yeah,
I have the utmost respect for you guys that can take these little car kits and just make them into even better looking works of art.
Well, look at you. You're doing
doing
it right
something
now.
like this is so outside of my comfort zone. I'm like, I'm going upriver without a map.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, I'm enjoying the problem solving and the re-engineering of things.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad that this Camaro kit was a good kit to begin with, so I didn't have to do a lot of like fixing or correcting first. That gets tedious. But yeah, you guys are heroes to me.
Matt, just for the record, Robert Peterson, who's in the club with Tim, put in the chat, maybe we can put Matt on the list for one of the new ones. So you might get lucky.
As long as they're not 70.
I'll message you on Facebook there.
All right, thank you, Tim.
And I hear you guys, and I'm stealing this straight from my good friend Mr. BG. I hear you guys quietly asking, okay, Mike, tell us again what you're working on. Because it's the same thing that I've been working on for like 7 months now. But I'm getting way, way closer. Way closer.
You've been saying that for 7 months now.
Yeah.
There she is. I got the popsicle stick up there to get the lift off the roll cage that I want. I'm actually centering the body to the center section. And then I'm going to glue that all in. I've got to chrome my Nerf bars and my bumpers, front and rear bumpers. And then this thing will be done.
Now, I thought you were going on a trip to actually deliver that to your brother-in-law.
Yeah, last year.
Well, what I've decided, it's my brother's car. It's a replica of my brother's race car. And what's going to happen now with it, because I'm really, 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 really happy with it, it's going to go to NNL East with me, and it's going to go to a couple shows.
Awesome.
And then next year, when I go back up to visit, I'm going to go back up there and give it to him. Behind the scenes, Mr. Tim and I have been talking about, Tim does some great print work and stuff. I sent him kind of a rough sketch of, it kind of looks like a baseball card type thing. It's basically the race car, the real race car in the background with a picture of my brother in it, to the side. And Tim's going to make me up a 8x10 and like a little checkerboard stand to put it on. And it'll be on display up there at North. So basically, when I give it to him, he'll be able to have all that and be able to display it out for that. But I'm definitely going to hit the show circuit with it. I want to take it to Acme this year. I've had a lot of people that have been following along with it, and I'm sure that they'd like to see it. But I'm really, really happy with it. It's taken a long time because getting back to what you were talking about, Matt, with cutting up resin, you know how difficult it is.
Yeah.
Matt from Matthew from MCV Products printed this kit out for me. Unfortunately, this file is a very clunky. It's off of a die cast, right? So it's very clunky, one piece-ish. And there's really the kit only had like 5 pieces, 6 pieces, and 4 of them were wheels, right? Wheels and tires. So there wasn't a lot to it. I ended up cutting a lot of pieces off and separating stuff that really made it much, much, much more difficult.
Yeah, but that resin likes to chip and crack on you very easily.
I went through 3 bodies before I finally got one that I could use, and a lot of it was my fault from making mistakes, but in trying to get into a hurry. But with this one, it just came out right. The paint's right. As many of the followers know, I've been struggling with my painting, trying to get better at painting, and taking tips from guys like Tim and old Tom and Fred and Jason and anybody that would give me a tip. But this paint job I'm absolutely happy with. I mean, a lot of it's covered up with decal, but you can still look at the paint and it doesn't look like a golf ball anymore. So I'm really happy about that. And but long short, going to take it on the tour, and then next year when I go up to visit him, I'm going to give it to him so he can put it in his trophy case with his trophy helmet.
That's awesome. I look forward to seeing it.
Yeah, it's going to be at NNL East because, like I said, all I got to do is the chrome and get this body mounted to the center section, and she's done. Done.
So it won't be ready for Simpsonville.
Simpsonville is after NNL East.
No, that's coming up.
NNL East is the end of this month.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of Acme. You're right.
The plan is to have it ready, and I'm going to take the dart up. I've done some modifications to the dart. Tim and Matt, you guys probably saw it I'm sure you saw it at Acme.
Yellow dart.
Remember how the parachute was so far back it didn't look right? So I shortened that up and added some more detail under the hood. Put in some NOS tanks and run the lines for them. So just a little bit more detail to make it look a little better. And I got knocked hard for that. And I should have, because that parachute was just really, really too long. It looks.
Oh man, that's ridiculous.
But I cut it down. It looks much better now. It looks more like it should. So
that was a good looking build.
Yeah, it was great. That was great. I like that one.
That was the one that I made the mistake on with the metal flake. And sanded the metal flake like a dummy because I didn't know you're not supposed to do that.
You do that.
I sanded it down, and then somebody told me, "No, don't do that." I'm like, "Oh well, too late."
You were going for a new look.
I was trying something new. Apparently, that new look is not new. It's called fish eyes. It's loaded with them now.
Yeah.
Man, I tell you, I'm very fortunate. I've got 2 primo paint guys, actually 3 if you count Manny from Tropical Glitz, but Leadham Rack, also known as Daniel, he is an amazing painter, and I can text him and say, hey, I don't know what's going on here, because we do a lot of similar paint stuff. And the same thing with Irvin from Art of Rake. He's the same way. Yeah, I'll just text him, say, man, what in the world is going on here? And he'll walk me through it, because he grew up in a body shop, and his dad owned it. And
Matt, you could keep on talking, but TJ wanted to see the build again. My build again. He missed it, but just keep on.
Show it. Yeah, man. So yeah, I'm just very fortunate to have some aces in the back pocket when something like that happens. I learned real quick not to sand metal flake.
Yeah. Oh boy, howdy.
Right. It's not a good idea. I promise you that.
Well, that's one of the beauties about this community, where we have all these different folks that have different backgrounds that we can tap for information.
Sure.
When it comes to, and it's always seems like for me, it's always paint. It's always like, what did I do?
Yep.
I'll text Justin, I'm like, what did I do wrong? And Justin's like, well, first off, like, oh, here we go.
old, what's he say? Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. Where do we start?
Or sometimes I'll text Justin with a, hey, here's a copy of what they sent me from the body shop. Does this look like a legit quote?
Well, here's a good question for you guys, because this is something I just recently started doing because of what BG just said, where, 90% of your issues are always with the paint or the clear. So I've started building and doing the body completely first, getting it exactly where I want it to be,
Yeah.
and then start doing everything else.
Yeah, that's I mean, the body work and stuff is the thing I hate the most. That's why I started on this guy. And building the engine and working on the chassis, I really like that stuff because it's all like technical, mechanical stuff. And then this is all like my buddy Chuck goes, the body work and the paint job is what's going to draw your eye to the model. And I'm like, yeah, sometimes in a good way, sometimes not.
So much. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that I can totally relate to.
But
What about you, Tim? Are you doing the body first?
That's the first thing I do. I build the body, I prime it. Let it.
But you're not painting yet?
No, I don't. Actually, the paint is the last thing I do.
Wow.
Because I'm always drilling into it. Going to put the mirrors on, drill a pin it. Front spoiler. Sometimes they have the braces coming off it, so I don't want to be drilling that in the paint because the paint's once it's done, it's assembly time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically, I'll get the body where I want it, and I'll let it sit in primer. And when I get to about a month out before I'm gonna finish it, that's when I'll go back in and sand it, make sure everything looks good, do the final sand on it. If I have to spot prime it anywhere, I'll do that, and then I start painting it, and then I wet sand and buff it, let it sit for a week. And then check it over, rebuff it if it needs anything, and then it's assembly time. I see some guys that paint the model first, and
yeah, that's something I'm starting to do now, just because of that reason, for having, paint issues, or, also I'm giving it the most time to cure before assembly. It's always
Right.
like the most stressful time.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So I guess it's kind of whatever you're comfortable with, really.
Right.
And try not to leave your body on stands like this for forever because it will change the dimensions of the car.
Yeah, it sure will.
It will.
Especially like when it's 110 outside.
Yeah.
In Arizona.
I know with the 2K clear, I clear it, and then I let it sit for a day, and then I'll just sand a little spot on the roof. If it ain't galling up the sandpaper or anything, then I'll go ahead and do the first sand on it, knock it down, let it sit, let all gases get out of it, and make sure it's gassed out.
Yeah.
Then I go do the final sanding on it and wet sand and buffing.
I'm a what do you call it? Mock-up guy, white glue mock-up guy. I want to mock everything up in white glue.
Yep.
And then when I disassemble it, I know how everything fits. I've done all my drilling, I've done all my cutting, or if it doesn't fit, then I can do it then. But I'm also going to paint it last. That's the last thing I'm going to do is paint it and then assemble it. But that's just me because I really have to slow down and take my time. A lot of you guys are, been where I'm at, so you can, I won't say rush through the paint job, but your steps better and you know what you got to do to get to where you want to be better than I do. So I have to slow down and really take my time with that part of it and make sure I get it right. And then after, it's just like repetition. I'm sure after I do it more and more and more, and they look. My happy thing right now is I don't care how long it takes, as long as it doesn't look like a golf ball anymore. I'm good. I'm good. Quick question from Mike Harlan 622. I have a question. I have the Kaleido paint, which is the new stuff from Gallery, and it came with gloss black primer. What would you use for that? Me personally, that's chrome. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely chrome.
That's your metallics or chrome base.
Yeah, that's what I thought as well.
Matter of fact, I just ordered, speaking of Gallery, I just ordered from them their transparent color set because they sent out an email saying that was going to be available soon. So I went ahead and I ordered it, and I got it on Friday. I was so excited. I took it to work to show to some friends on Saturday, and I freaking left it there.
Oh.
Hopefully they didn't sell it.
Right. Well, that reminds me, did you ever remember to bring your phone home from work?
right here. That was a quiet weekend.
I tell you, those Kaleidos are changing the game, man, because it sprays
Oh.
like a lacquer, but
Oh
it's
man, my
waterproof.
Wildcat, that's a Kaleido paint with Mr. Hobby clear over the top of this guy, and this was supposed to just be an exercise in getting to a point where I can do bare metal foil, but now I'm like, oh no, this is turning out too nice.
Yeah.
I'm screwed now.
How has anybody tried the Kaleido paint doing graphics?
Good question.
No, I've only used tropical glitz when I've done that stuff. I've got actually a test panel right here where I was just doing that was just a black test panel, but I've got one.
eBay worth it. But to Tamiya paint sets on eBay, I'm not familiar with that.
I'm not
I'll
sure
do
what
stuff like that.
I'm not sure what they're charging for the paints, but Tamiya paint has always been a quality paint. It's maybe not the top of the line. It's certainly not the bottom of the mill, but Tamiya paint's especially been around a long time. They're like they're tried and true. You know what I'm saying? They're good stuff.
I'll tell you, Tamiya paints are the paints that set the bar for everybody else for the last 20 years.
That's the fact.
Yeah.
My favorite is the Tamiya rubber black.
Oh my gosh, is that the coolest color ever?
Golly, man, they make tires look so real, or any kind of hoses, or I mean,
and what's cool is it looks like it's weathered rubber rather than brand new out of the mold rubber. You know?
I love it.
I've actually come to like the MIG Cobra and MIG Atom rubber black better than the Tamiya rubber black.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's a
I'll be
little
willing
bit
to try it.
It's a little bit grayer.
A little bit grayer,
Really?
so a little more sun worn.
Yeah.
I like that. So what's funny is the one you just said, not the Atom paints. We cannot keep those in stock.
Dude, they're great paints. And the Cobra paints are the exact same thing, but aimed at car modelers.
Yeah, and they have like automotive specific colors too.
Yep.
So they're
I actually just bought a bottle of purple for a project coming up in the future.
Must be a Mopar.
Do you remember what it was? Color?
No, it's actually going to be a big rig to go with my Ed Big Daddy Roth rat.
Yeah,
nice. And I got some. I actually just ordered some tropical glitz paints.
You're gonna love those, man.
I've actually already been using them. I absolutely do love their paint. I got I want to say cilantro green.
Yeah, I've got that color.
That's going to go on a chop top Merc that I'm working on.
All right.
And I'm going to put traditional flames on the front of that, and then that's also going to be the color of the cab of that truck as well.
Nice.
Well, you guys may not have heard of this, but I know of it. But I know one guy on the video here that's heard of this particular paint. But let me show you. I'm going to go ahead and big screen it. I have found a relatively new line of paint that's absolutely amazing. It's called Tiki Paints. Outlaw Orange, right? Look at that. Okay. Look at that beautiful, beautiful orange.
Nice.
And our good friend, Mr. Tim Casper, made that paint for me.
Okay.
No way.
Yeah.
Was your inspiration for that color orange what Mikey looks like after he comes in out of the sun?
Pretty much, yeah.
Tim, is there anything you don't do?
Right?
He has to think about what he doesn't do.
He did make the mistake of opening up. He has this, I don't know what you would call it. It's basically like a case. And he has all these bottles of paint in this little case. And he made the mistake of opening it up and going, help yourself.
Right.
Said, okay, close the case and give me the case. I'm good to go.
I'm about to move to Florida.
That's what he said. No, you can have one or two.
I was gonna say, I'm looking forward to you sending me half of that case someday, Mike.
We had a guy up in Wisconsin, Bob from Bob's Paint, and he was making paint. Well, he retired. So when he retired, I decided, well, we ain't got nobody making paint in that area. So I started making paint. And I needed something that I could, because almost everything I do has some sort of graphic, two-tone, something on it. So I needed paints that dried quick, yet you could tape on them within minutes, you know. So this it's based off how's it called?
Is it urethane?
It's polyester, actually.
Oh wow.
Polyester.
Yeah.
Like RM Diamond.
Interesting.
Yeah, it sprays like lacquer. That's how it sprays, and it actually cures faster than lacquer. Like lacquer you could tape on it fairly quick in most cases. This like I said, this was the 24-hour build, and it's got 1, 2, 3, 5 colors on it, and it took me about an hour to paint it all because I could literally paint the color, mask over the top of it, paint the color, mask it.
You're not putting the intercoat in between them?
Nope. I never
Wow.
Yep. I have intercoat, but I now if it's something like if I'm airbrushing, the Lincoln you're doing, Matt. I did one. If you look through my page, you probably see there's a silver one that fades to black.
Okay.
And on the underneath of the trunk lid, when it opens up, there's a gargoyle airbrushed on it.
No way.
Yeah. So now something like that, I'm gonna intercoat clear it after I get the airbrush work done, and then I could add the graphics on top of that. So I think it did it on the hood too.
Let's pretend like 1/5 of us doesn't know what an intercoat is.
So an intercoat, basically what it is it's a clear that you put down after your graphics, and it kind of locks everything in. So
okay, that makes sense.
Especially if you're dealing with candies a lot, because candies will lift extremely easy if you tape it or something without that base.
Oh, they don't have a good adhesion then, huh?
Correct.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right.
The equivalent, Brian, in the aircraft and armor world would be spraying a gloss clear before decals.
Okay. So, it's your future floor sign.
You shut your filthy mouth.
I get it. I'm learning stuff.
But yes.
Hey, I still use that, by the way.
I do too.
Yeah, my floors have never looked better.
I use it mainly for interior stuff.
No, that's a good point, Matt, because it does give that really that vinyl look.
It does.
Yeah, I agree.
Like not quite satin,
not quite satin, freshly armored pleather.
Yeah, exactly.
And it is good for making clear parts clear.
Yes, especially if they've been a little scratched or whatever.
And
Blitz is in fact coming out, or at least that's the rumor. I don't know Manny personally, but I have had a couple of conversations with him, and I work with a guy that does a lot of pinstriping and uses their product. And the at least scuttlebutt is that Tropical Glitz is going to be coming out with some hobby-specific lines of paint. However, they already have their RTR paints, which is, everybody likes their consistency to be a little different. It's not, everybody's not the same. However, it's good. Theirs coming right out of the bottle is a good ground zero if you want to add more to it.
RTS
to it or whatever, hardener or whatever. It's
RTS, not RTR. Ready to spray.
Ready to spray. I'm sorry, not ready to race. Ready to spray.
not ready to retard.
No, ready to race. I'm thinking RC cars. RC cars are ready to race.
Right.
Well, the thing about him is he's not just that business owner and creator of all that, but he's also a builder.
Yeah,
and he's a damn good builder.
Yeah.
He loves model cars. He's going to be, because I talked to him about a month ago, he's going to be at NL Least and Acme this year. He's going to have booths.
Son of a bitch.
I know which line I'll be standing in.
Yeah, me too. Trust me.
Brian, you guys, you said Acme, not NNL. Well, NNL East. Mikey, you got to get him to come out to breakfast with us.
We'll try.
He'll do it. He'll do it. He is such a cool guy, man. He will do it. He is so down to earth.
So my club is the MFCA, and that our show is the same exact weekend. But I'm going to drive the 2 hours north on Sunday morning to have breakfast with everybody before they all ski-daddle back home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he'll do it. He's pretty cool. If everybody's not dragging him in 25 different directions.
Right, exactly. Well, tell him. Make sure you tell him the Model Car Mania guys want to have breakfast with him.
Right. Then we want to get him on. Then we want to get him on the show.
Exactly. So going back to those Cobra paints, this Ford GT from Tamiya.
Hang on. Let me
embiggen me. Is painted with the Cobra paints.
Nice.
Oh, is that the Heritage Blue and
it's Gulf Blue and Gulf Orange.
Yeah, but I have my eye on those. I've been wanting to know how those worked out. So I'm glad to see they did such a great job.
I'll send you actual pictures so they're not all blown out by a shitty ass webcam. But yeah, they spray real nice. They come out real nice. This satin color is kind of how they finish. And then you gloss coat them just fine.
Nice.
So,
is that a lacquer?
Yeah, I think it's lacquer compatible. It's like the Tamiya acrylics.
Gotcha.
They're not water-based acrylics. They're a polymer-based acrylic.
Yeah, you can mix them with the leveling thinner, the Mr. Hobby leveling thinner real easily, probably.
Yeah, you can. Actually, that and the Atom paints. I use alcohol. I use Mr. Hobby leveling thinner. I've used Mr. Rapid thinner.
Nice.
They thin very nicely with a multitude of materials.
I will definitely look into them because I'm always looking for stuff to, subjects to have on my channel. And I like doing comparisons and stuff like that.
When it comes to paint, I'm a tinkerer. If you guys check this out, I have these here are tube acrylics for painting figures. I have various Mr. Hobby products and Cobra paints, and then acrylic inks. Then I have my AK Extremes, the metals.
I love AK Extreme.
And then there's my Atom paints, and I got Turbo Dork, lacquer or Tamiya stuff, and then all the way over here, I've got some of the tropical glitz stuff. I've got the ones that are available at Hobby Lobby. These guys, Createx Wicked Colors.
Oh yeah.
So I'm when it comes to paint, I try all sorts of things.
Me too, brother.
I am not afraid to try shit. I will be the guinea pig for anybody that wants to know about things.
Look what I just found in my paint stash.
There you go.
I had one. I got the gloss primer too.
Nice.
Well, see, you kind of brought up a good point with that because you talk about muscle memory or the lack thereof. If you're doing the body first or doing the body last, if you're not, let's say if I decided to change the color and do something different, I'm always afraid. Like if I've been spraying lacquer for so long and then I decide to go to a water-based or something else, I'm always afraid I'm gonna go crap, or I put it on too thick, put it on too thin, or didn't wait long enough for it to dry.
Right.
It seems to have so many different variables on depending on what paint I decide to use.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't want to mess anything up.
I'm sorry. Just be bold. Just do it.
Usually my wall is the the judge in that being bold.
I actually went to Amazon and bought a bunch of those speed shapes. It's basically the same thing that like the paint manufacturers use.
Oh yeah.
Kind of loosely car shaped. I have a bunch of those that I use as practice bucks.
Did you get the small ones?
No, I got regular size ones. I should probably get small ones though, so I'm not burning up a whole 2-ounce pre-mixed paint.
If y'all haven't seen these, if y'all haven't seen these, Display makes these cards with the primer already on them.
Yeah.
So I tend to use those a lot because then I can see, for instance, that's just a plain old acrylic from Hobby Lobby. So you can see how different it is between black, gray, and white. But most of the other stuff, like that's the Tamiya blue I'm going to put on the Lincoln, and that's the burgundy I'm doing the interior on. So that's the two colors. But these things come in handy. I paid $5 for this thing.
That's 100% what real collision shops use.
Yeah. It's awesome. It definitely comes in handy, that's for sure. For $5, that's through Display, I believe it is.
Yeah.
Yep, Display. One of my subscribers actually sent me a pack of those, and I'm like, dude, this is just the coolest thing ever.
Yeah, I love it. Definitely love it. I just got to remember to use it.
Mike got that wrong. He was saying RTR or whatever it was RTS. Mine's RTPP, ready to purple pond.
Or brake fluid.
R2BF, yeah.
Yeah. Been there, done that.
Now you were talking about the baseball card thing. Mikey was talking about the baseball card thing, and it got me to thinking: wouldn't it be interesting if we, as builders, took records of our cars and actually printed stuff out as a baseball card with like the photo on the front and then on the back stats about the build?
That would be cool.
That would be interesting. And then we traded them when we went to shows. You know,
that would be awesome.
That would be a very interesting thing.
Now I do record everything that way I can put it with my car at the shows, but you're right, being able to put it in a form like that, like with a picture of the car,
the
stats on the back, that would be pretty neat. That would be cool.
Well, who's going to be the first to do it?
Who's got the money? Tim?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. That would be a cool thing.
I'm not asking Mike. I know he ain't got no money.
And he's a slow enough builder as it is.
Yeah.
What's he doing? Making a beer slushy back there?
No, I think he's shaving his head.
Just don't use the microwave.
Oh, I got 2 batteries. Which one do we want to use? I like that one. We'll use that one.
Tim, how long has your wife been building, you said?
My wife's, let's see, the first show I ever went to was in 2017. So like late 2017, 2018, she started.
That's awesome, man.
That is so cool.
Yeah, she's way more pickier than I am. I mean, I remember the first time she was building this. It's like a 40 Ford pickup, and it was the one that had the opening doors, and the thing was just a nightmare of a kit. And she made that thing look good, but all her stuff has something to do with Disney. There's hidden Disney in it somewhere. She did this. I don't know. Oh, the car she just did. The scale auto, the contest cars. She was on the cover with a pink VW bus.
Okay,
that was hers.
Yeah, that's hers.
I got that. Yeah,
I thought I had.
Yeah,
awesome.
Contest cars is what it's called.
Yeah, that was like a year or two ago.
Yeah.
I got that one.
Yeah,
dang, that's cool.
That's cool.
And then in like 2019, I had the pink Cadillac that I did, the convertible that was on the cover of Contest Cars.
That's really cool, man.
She's she went to Detroit. Detroit's a big show. I was always told, when I first started all this show stuff, that's the show you want to go to. So we went there, and not last year, but the year before. And the drag class, the straight line class, it's always a hard class. You got some, and she has a I forget what that thing is. It's a salt flat racer. She did Studebaker. And she won first place in the class.
No way.
I was like, in that class,
it makes it so much easier when your partner. I have to tell you, I have to give kudos to my wife. Our anniversary, 20-year anniversary, was March 14th. And, I was going to take her anywhere she wanted to go, really. And we knew there was BeachCon going on at Myrtle Beach. And she said, let's go to Myrtle Beach and go to the show. I said, you want to go to a car show on your wedding anniversary? Hell yeah, let's go.
Hell yeah.
So
listen, we got to have the support from them because of the time alone that we spend doing it. We got to have their support.
And what sucks is she has her craft room is twice the size of mine. And she'll be up there all day because we both work from home.
Mhm.
So she'll be upstairs all day in her room. I'm down in my little rinky-dink 10 by 12, and she's doing 3 and 4 models at a time, printing some resin stuff, printing some filament stuff, and we might see each other twice a day because we're so busy in the hobby rooms.
Mhm.
If I'm not in the wood shop, working on stuff. But yeah, it's definitely helps to have a partner that enjoys the same thing. Mark Batson's wife is very similar. She goes to every show he goes to.
She does. This man is a sweet, sweet lady too.
She sure is, and I can speak from experience. It's a super special thing when the spouse is almost as into it as you are, going to shows, seeing friends, and supporting the hobby. So that's.
You look at Heather for Jason, and then Heather from Matt.
Well,
both Heathers.
BG's wife is Miss Linda the same way. She supports what he does.
Really? That's awesome.
Yeah. She's the one that's like, there's a show going on in Minnesota this year. You want to go see the family and do the show? I'm like, yes and
Heck
yes.
Yeah.
And then we go to a show, then she just starts handing me model kits to buy. She's a very good enabler.
Well, it's funny because we'll come to people at a vendor, and I'll see a car that I like, and she sees it at the same time, and we have to decide which one's going to get it.
Awesome. I'll tell you, Miss VG, back in the early days, she actually used to build, and she's the quintessential modeler because she built one model car, and then started collecting models and hasn't built another one since. So yeah, she's right up there with the rest of us.
True collector.
I don't know how you guys do it. Got those big stashes and keep all those model kits. I don't know how you guys do all that.
I don't know. Looking over the top of your head, I don't know how either.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Mikey.
Yeah.
Check your messages.
Check my messages. All right.
I'm pretty much at my max on kits, really, but I do keep buying. I don't know.
Hey,
why.
Matt, I just sent you some pictures of that.
Of the Lincoln?
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you, brother.
Mm-hmm. That's going to be a cover car, I can tell you right now.
What's that?
Tim's car.
Oh, absolutely.
That's going to be a cover car when that's done.
It's really such a great hobby, and there's so much to it. Like, I'm fortunate enough where I can draw, so I draw my concepts,
Oh, good idea.
And I work a lot of my builds out on paper. Okay, I want to do this. Well, how will it look? Okay, well, I'll try this, and I've noticed Chat GPT or something like that.
Yeah.
And I've tried it a few times, and it's all right. I mean, it comes up with some cool stuff. It could be used in a pinch, but just being able to draw your ideas out and then make them come true, it's
you're like Chip Foods.
ChatGPT is an app, but what you do is art. I mean, that's the difference. It comes out of your head through your hand and onto whatever it is. That's art. That thing I sent you for my brother, that's ChatGPT. I mean, I just tell it what to do, and it creates it, which is fine for somebody like me, but it still has nothing for what you do. And that's why I sent that to you and said, if you want whatever adjustments or, I would much rather give you a base, and then you put your mix on it and make it better. That's perfect for me. But at least now you got what ballpark to be in, right? I mean, that's kind of
I used to do a lot of that kind of stuff for race car drivers. What they call them, hero cards and stuff.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah,
I did a lot of that stuff. I just, lately I used to do a lot of airbrushing, murals, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I painted over 3,000 helmets, and I got sensitized to the paint, so I had to quit. But a lot of stuff I do now, I found a program on my iPad, and it literally will mimic an airbrush, which it blows me away. I mean, I did a picture of like Walt Disney, and it's actually, it's because it's digital. I could digital output it to my sign printer and then print, a picture for the wall. Yeah. So it's really, The digital stuff's kind of cool, but every once in a while you got to pick up pen and paper.
That's it.
Yeah,
Well,
That's
you're
like that pacer he did for me, man. I mean, I told him that's basically gave him an idea of what I was doing. And the next thing I know, I'm getting a text message with this badass little freaking pacer on it that I could have never created. Well, that's cool.
well, you can sell those for good money, man.
Yeah.
I just, what I started building when I was 3, but when I was about 16, I met this guy. He went by the name of Peter Pan. His name was Joel. He was a pinstriper, custom pinstriper. And I met him through some of my friends, and he kind of took me under his wing, and I really liked doing it. So I became a pinstriper. So I do freehand pinstriping, and then I got into a sign shop where I was doing hand lettering, and then unfortunately a lot of that stuff has gone to the side because of digital.
Mm-hmm.
But I still am able to keep my creations and my designs. But yeah,
I mean, if you can pass that on to somebody, that would be huge. Because, like you said, it's a dying art form, and that hand pinstriping is insane.
Is that something that you can learn, or do you have to have a natural? You got to be blessed with a natural.
Well, you do, but a lot of it is brush technique.
yeah. There's a lot of
brush.
There's a lot of I don't want to say talent, because I don't believe in talent. I believe in everything is learned. If you would have seen the first things I pinstripe, I remember me and my buddy going through the drive-through, holding our hands over on the door, But I learned, and brush technique was definitely. And then when I got into the sign shop, there used to be a union in Chicago for sign painters, a school. He went to it when I got into the scene. It was already gone. So he taught me how to, form letters and everything. And I did hand lettering for many, many years. And then we got
That's so cool.
That is cool.
And we got a vinyl cutter, and it was like, we thought it was the greatest thing. It's cutting our time down now, The thing would cut like ear. I mean, it makes a cricket look high tech. But
remember that about AI.
Yeah.
Everybody poo-poos on the new technology. I remember when the iPhones came out, I'm like, man, there's no way I could do with that. There's no buttons.
Right.
And now I swear by it. It's the only thing I can do.
Yeah, I mean, you're going like this with your iPhone, trying to flip that thing over.
Yeah, and then the iPhone starting to register that was in an automotive accident or something like that because of the G-forces from flipping it open.
Yeah.
Guy was in 6 accidents today.
So all that technology ends up coming back around, and we're like, damn, how'd we ever do this without it?
Right. Well, you can thank Star Trek for that.
Yeah, right.
So Tim, you said you were part of the sign painters union in Chicago?
Yeah.
I bet you guys had the best looking signs during the strikes. I couldn't resist.
Oh, my goodness.
Guys out there, Bob Bohannek and stuff, in the sign painting world. I mean, he was one of those guys that went to that. And he's a model builder too. And every once in a while you'll see him post something on our Midwest Scale modelers page, because he did a lot of stock cars and stuff. So he will take a model and hand letter everything on it. You got the little scripts on there, and it's amazing work this guy does.
So
Justin, isn't that Brian Dinklow? I'm pretty sure that is.
Yes.
All right. Brian brought up a good point here. It's the same goes for any craft such as metalworking. This metalworking is something that I am very well schooled in and had a lot of practice. Talking about like building roll cages, custom roll cages that fit inside so the top still fits on it. People used to look at me and just shake their head because I did it with my tubing bender and a piece of metal marking chalk. And I knew what would work, what didn't. But again, it was a lot of time and a lot of wasted tubing to get to that point, right? So I definitely can relate to that as far as the artwork goes. That metalwork is definitely an art. It doesn't necessarily have to be a sign or whatever, but just fabricating panels, fabricating roll cages in my case, and a lot of bumpers and that sort of thing. It can be. So I guess, long and short, depending on what we do, as anybody that works with their hands is doing some sort of artwork. I mean,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
And speaking of with the metalwork, and we're talking about technology, I don't know if y'all seen the X-Tool welder. This thing is basically a plasma cutter and a welder in one. And you don't have to be certified. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to load it. I mean, it does it all by itself. If you get a chance, just YouTube X-Tool welder. It's going to blow you away. I mean, pretty soon, anybody in their garage is going to be able to weld anything.
Oh, boy.
That's good.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Good. That's good and bad.
Yeah, it's going to hurt. That's the first thing I thought of was how many jobs, are going to be lost or the pay is going to go down because this tool is basically changing the game.
That or how many people's fences fall over, because they don't.
True.
They're not a certified welder and don't know what they're doing.
Exactly.
I'm sorry.
It's about a $12,000 machine.
Yeah. I always go to the extreme on the bad things sometimes. People are like, oh, you want to get flying cars? I'm like, no, I know people that can't even change their oil regularly. Why would they keep it there?
Or staring at the phones.
That's pointing out the obvious. That's not being negative. That's pointing out the obvious. these people have no business flying. I tell you what, I've been going to Orlando pretty regular, and I saw my first autonomous car in Orlando.
Autonomous?
Yeah, it drove itself. Whatever that word is.
I'm staying off the roads now.
The word you want, Mike, is androgynous. No, I'm just
Androgynous.
No, that's a zone. I'm familiar with that one.
That's an erogenous zone, you dingbat. Settle down over there, Florida man.
But it was weird. It had all these spinning things around the outside of it, and I looked, and the seat, it still had the front seat, the driver's seat in it, but it was folded all the way up. And I'm like,
yep.
Unless there's a midget driving that with a telescope, there's no way that car's by itself.
Mike.
It's Orlando. You never know.
People, my bad.
Little people.
Wait,
Good Lord.
Matt, it's okay. Mike can say that if he wants to. He's one of them.
I'm one of them.
He's one of them.
So here in Chandler, Arizona, it was one of the testing grounds for those androgynous vehicles Mike was talking about. But it was the craziest thing because we would see cars drive by with nobody in them, and the cars look like a modern version of Ecto 1. It's like, whoa, it's the Ghostbusters. Oh, it's just a self-driving car.
Yeah,
I always think of the movie Total Recall.
Yeah.
The
Welcome
taxi
to Johnny
drivers.
Cab.
Yeah, Johnny Cab. That's what it was.
How did I get in here? You're in a Johnny Cab.
Have a nice day.
The door opened. You got in.
Did you guys see what was the Tom Cruise movie that he was in the future?
Minority Report.
Yeah.
Where the cars were just like little capsules that you ride in, and they all go to different destinations. But there's they travel along like a train.
Yeah.
And then break off and go to different directions and stuff.
I hope we never get to that point because
I hope so too. But
because the thing is, there's a romance with cars, man. I mean, there's just if you're not dealing with a ton of traffic, there's just something about getting behind the wheel of the car and cranking the tunes up and just drive.
Agreed.
Yeah. I agree. And sometimes it doesn't even matter what kind of car it is. It's just driving itself is just kind of a fun thing to do.
Absolutely.
And I say that because I have a Subaru Outback.
There's nothing wrong with that.
If you're a lesbian.
Oh
no, that's the Foresters.
Oh,
look, we all have a feminine side. My feminine side would drive a Subaru.
I thought your feminine side was your top half.
You're just looking at my man titties in the friggin' camera, aren't you?
That too.
They're kind of just there,
Big old floppy boobies.
oh golly.
That didn't take long. Or hold very well. Damn it.
We recently had to get a rental car for a couple of weeks while one was in the shop. And we got this, what was it? It was a Hyundai Tucson. And I'm like, there's nothing Tucson about this car. I've been to Tucson. And so we actually ended up calling Mr. BG called the car rental agency and was like, we want to bring our car back. Like, oh, you don't need it anymore? I'm like, no, we want to get a different car. We don't like this one. And the agent's like, okay.
Smells like puke.
I want a better driving experience than this. So we ended up getting a
happens
Kia
all the
K5.
time.
Got a Kia K5, and that was actually pretty fun.
I actually just had a customer came to pick up her car, and she said she had to return her rental because the car smelled like weed.
Yep.
I can believe that.
And she's a retired cop in Philly.
Yes. I'm sorry, I can't abide by this.
Definitely not her favorite smell.
Well, in Columbia, South Carolina, you can drive behind any car and you smell it.
Smell it. Yeah.
No, that's how it is where I'm at too.
They might as well go ahead and legalize it here.
I haven't been to a hotel on a trip yet that hasn't at 3 o'clock in the morning started to smell like somebody lit up a bowl.
Yep.
No, that's not possible because they're non-smoking.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, okay. That's your tail. I'm sitting on mine.
Yeah.
I live in the village. All we have is old people here. Let me
So
tell
they're doing
you,
it for the glaucoma and their knees.
Yeah, we go by this parking lot when me and my wife on the golf cart, and as we're driving by, there's 5 old women in there with just a big cloud of smoke above them.
They're all giggling.
Yeah. They're all happy as they can be. That's for sure.
Asking if you got any snacks.
Yeah.
If I was to go back and pick a new career path, I would want to go, because we have dispensaries here in Arizona, right? I would put in a taco stand next to every freaking dispensary they have out here. And you wouldn't be
Great
listening to my
idea.
broke ass on this show, that's for sure.
Or White Castle.
Listen, Peyton Manning was no dummy. He put in the Papa John's in Denver when they passed the law where they could go ahead and smoke. He's like, I'm putting in Papa John's everywhere. No dummy.
No dummy. My mama didn't raise no dummies. I was adopted.
I tell everybody it wasn't my parents' fault. They tried. They truly tried.
The therapist said, "Tell me about your mother." I said, "Why? Do you know her?" Then you'll know why I'm here.
There's that, yeah. You can tell Tim's in the house today because Imperial Model Works has sat all the way through the whole show. He usually comes in, does a flyby, and he's out.
Right on.
We got a Portillo's 5 minutes from my house. He's talking about Portillo's.
Portillo's, yeah. The
Portillo's.
Villages has got everything. I think it was before the show, or who? Yeah, I was talking to Matt and them. You can be born in the Villages, live your whole life in the Villages, go to school in the Villages, go to college in the Villages, do a career in the Villages, die in the Villages, retire, whatever, and never leave the Villages.
Right.
Why you would want to do that is beyond me, but it's possible.
Do y'all have a purge?
We need one.
Do they have a mortuary in the Villages?
They have cemeteries. Yeah.
Yeah, the local. They get a local discount.
I think the mortuary is called the squares.
They
that's the mortuary.
Yeah. They got funeral homes. Oh, shoot. Now, of course, funeral homes thrive in the Villages.
You're making the Villages sound a lot like the city from Judge Dredd.
Yeah, true.
Was it Mega City 1 or whatever it was called?
I am the law.
It's not as bad as people say, but it's not innocent either. But it's been nice living here so far.
You're in the South, brother. Ain't nothing innocent about the South.
Right. They call it the Dirty South for a reason.
Yeah.
Right.
But that was the first thing I asked Mr. Tim when I met him if he'd had a chance to go to any of the key parties yet. He quickly told me no. And his wife was like, I don't like
He
this
does
guy
know about
already.
the upside down pineapples, right?
Right.
Got one out front. No. Everybody else has got them. Why shouldn't I, right?
It's not decoration.
It's not decoration. It's definitely not decoration.
Yeah. I honestly have never seen one. And we drive around. I mean, we've been here a year, and I got almost 4,000 miles on our golf cart.
My God.
Dang.
Yeah, we drive around every night looking at the houses. I seen a couple of loofahs laying on the golf cart path, but that's about it.
You'll never know unless you know. You know what I mean?
Right.
I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt that Saturday night at Brownsville, in the Brownsville, there was no less than a dozen in there last night.
We have a thing like yep.
Yeah.
But it's not like they're out. You just
you'll never know. Yeah,
right.
You'll never know unless you know.
Right, right. People are like, "What are they talking about? I thought this was a model building."
Talking about candy bars.
I don't know what y'all talking about. Every episode I've watched, it always goes off the rails.
I was going to say,
absolutely
go off the rails.
I figured y'all were talking about alligator sightings.
There's that too. Dave M90. Hey, Dave, I know Dave. He's asking where I'm at in Florida. I'm in Central Florida, Ocala, right above, below Gainesville and above Orlando, kind of like in the middle there. About halfway through the state, dead west of Daytona.
Dead West.
Dead West.
Good name for a band.
Doing concept drawings. Here's the concept drawing for that car I just showed.
Hang on, let me get you blown up because your concept drawings are
shoot.
Complete.
That's done on an iPad?
Yeah, it's on an iPad.
Dang, son.
So is that going to be like a pearl?
It
you're going
is
to do a pearl.
Yes. It goes from teal to purple.
Nice.
That is
like an interference chameleon.
Yeah, I'll make sure I'm not in your class.
Yeah, it is a type of chameleon, but it's
good. Is it going to be like a white pearl, but
no,
go from purple to teal?
Yeah.
No, it's going to actually be like the base color come out like almost teal, with no highlights on it.
Yeah, I might as well just mail you a poker chip now.
Right?
I'm thinking the same thing, BG. I'm like, okay, I'm not getting a class.
Do you have a name for your build yet?
For mine?
Yeah.
That one's called Calypso.
Calypso? Okay, I like that.
Good name.
It's going to have a little mermaid with it.
Yeah,
this is my drawing for my club's Christmas build that I'm going to do.
Oh.
There it is, BG. Are you not building one of those?
I'm not building that. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I love the goat on the tail. That is just
awesome. That's cool. That is cool.
Oh, dang. You need to be doing some of this box art on these some of these kits. Because the box art has gotten ridiculous.
Yeah.
When you hit the horn, does it make the screaming goat noise?
That'd be good. And I'll show you one more. This is the other one that's going to Acme. So it's going to look.
That's it right there.
Yeah,
I love that
badass.
Rebel. I love that Rebel.
So you're taking 3 to Acme?
No, just that
and 4.
Calypso and the Rebel.
Nice.
And the Rebel's called Rebel CS because the guy that gifted me this this Rebel kit, which is apparently about a $200 kit. His name is Craig, and so I'm using his initials.
Oh, very cool.
So
we auctioned off one of those Johan Rebel kits.
Yeah.
Rebel kits.
Yeah.
I think it was auctioned one of those off, and we got $150 for it.
Mm-hmm.
well,
That was like one of the biggest price spreads of the auction.
yeah.
Yeah, those Johan kits for that Rebel, because there's not that many of them out there, right? I don't think there's any other company that ever made the Rebel besides Johan.
Right.
They had exclusive rights to them.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes
Now
sense.
the 3D printer guys are putting them out now.
Are they?
There's a file for them now, but
Which makes me wonder how they're able to do that.
AMC's out of business. You can do anything you want with AMC.
But I thought the actual name or the likeness and all the the pre-license for those, I thought were bought up by GM.
No, Chrysler bought out AMC in '86. They bought everything, and then when they dropped that, but all they wanted was the Jeep brand. If you remember back then, AMC owned the Jeep
That's
brand.
right.
Correct.
And all they wanted was the Jeep brand.
That's right.
So they took that, and really AMC's kind of left wide open right now. Now I say that at our level, maybe car parts that they're reproducing, maybe Chrysler's still holding on to that because that's kind of like real money.
I was going to say, somebody's got to get paid for those rights.
But to print something up like that, I'm sure that as long as somebody's got the file for it, they can do it.
Yeah, it's probably not worth their time.
Right. They're not going to spend. Their lawyers are, $1,500, $2,000 an hour.
Yeah.
And it's just there's not enough. Even if you busted everybody for doing it, you're not going to collect that kind of money because the hobby doesn't generate that kind of money.
Right.
If you were making car parts for it, or reproducing the bodies in metal and something like that, that might maybe they would come after you. But
Rob Altus is wondering if Stellantis owns the rest of what's left of AMC.
Yeah, Stellantis is what's left of Chrysler. I mean, they when in '86 when they bought them out, Coco wanted that Jeep brand worst in the world, and because he knew that he already had the Cherokee, the XJ Jeep figured out, and he wanted to build that Jeep, and he knew it would do good. And if you remember back then, their minivan, the Caravan, was taken off, and it was saving Chrysler. So they were rolling in money at the time.
Hard to believe that you really just said that.
I know, but they've sold out. I don't think there's the Dodge Chrysler Ram is separate from the Chrysler brand.
Yeah.
And I don't, like I said, I don't know a lot of the legal stuff about it, but I just know that Stellantis, and then is it Peugeot? Is it Peugeot or whatever? One of those over there. Yeah.
They own Fiat.
Yeah, Fiat. That's it.
Dang, I thought that they were all owned by Volkswagen.
No, if in Europe, if you're not Volkswagen, then you're Stellantis. I think that's how that breaks down. But yeah, they own Fiat, and then they own Chrysler, and then they also own. I think they own Ferrari.
They might.
Damn.
I know that Chrysler, Dodge, one of them got tied in with them with one of those spaghetti sports cars back in the day, because that's where the V10 came from. But it's really a 360 with 2 extra cylinders, but something about the technology about how they made it work was from one of those spaghetti burners from Italy or whatever. And whether it was Lamborghini, Ferrari, I don't know, but they had it figured out. So they just basically took the 360, added 2 more cylinders, and turned it into the V10. Now that's what the Viper had in it, and then they created a cast version that was in the trucks. I had one of the cast version V10 pickup trucks, and it was impressive. It was very impressive. It wasn't a drag racer, but like it was set up to do work, and it did a really, really good job. I would put it next to a diesel truck all day long, except for 2 things: fuel. It burned way more fuel, and longevity. It didn't have the longevity of a diesel motor, but nothing does. I mean, diesel motor is going to have longevity over anything.
Look at Mike stepping up with the knowledge, bruh.
It was Lamborghini. I think so too. I think it was Lamborghini that they tied in with, but I wouldn't swear to that.
Lamborghini's owned by Volkswagen.
Okay.
Yes. So is Bugatti.
Yep. Audi, Bugatti.
Audi, yeah.
If it ends in an E, it's owned by Volkswagen. And they said watching Top Gear wasn't going to make me smart.
Right.
Well, I remember when they did all these. I mean, you remember when Ford owned almost half the damn cars in the world, then Aston Martin and Mazda.
They wanted Jaguar too for a while. Actually, I think they did.
They did. They had Jag, they had Land Rover.
Yep.
And then they sold them to some Indian company. They sold all that to some Indian company.
Yeah, because that Taurus, if you look at back in when the Taurus was real popular, the HO Taurus, when it came out, what was that?
Looks like Aston Martin.
And yeah, cross between Aston Martin and not a Maserati, the other one, Jaguar.
Yeah, they all had like very similar looks.
Yeah, I always thought that the modern version of the Mustang was like a mild version of the Aston Martins. So I started referring to them as Astangs.
That is real talk.
You could always tell who Ford was planning on buying because the stylists started making the cars look sort of similar.
Yeah, their engineers were definitely on one path.
Well, just for the record, the same guy that designed the Pacer is the same guy that designed the Jeep XJ Cherokee, and there was something else that he designed that sold gazillions of them.
Oh, so the guy who designed the Pacer, the bubble car, went on to do the Cherokee.
Yep.
So he get tired of doing curves.
Apparently, he ran out of style lines, so he just went with a box.
Yeah, I couldn't find his French curve anymore. I'm just gonna do straight lines on this one.
Isn't that the same guy that had Yugo?
I that could be, but I don't know that.
I always thought the car name Yugo was short for "You go ahead, I'll stay here with the car." And wait for
Yep.
Well, you know they came out with a station wagon. You know what they called it?
What?
The Wego.
The Wego.
The
We go. We go, you go.
How do you get there? You go.
I wonder if there's even one of those still drivable right now.
I'm going to guess that Cars Cash for Clunkers kind of wiped them things out.
Oh, I don't think they got money for those.
I don't think they even made it there.
Yeah.
Right? that and the Le Car. Remember that thing?
Oh,
Yep.
the Le Car. I actually had a matchbox of the Le Car, and that thing broke.
The Le Car had no La brakes. It wouldn't stop. The bitch would not.
Even die-cast brakes.
Yeah.
From what I understand, the Yugo was pre-rusted for your corrosion convenience.
Yeah, it's a time-saving device, right?
James, that was the southern version of the Yugo wagon, the Yago.
Nailed it.
Oh, that's great.
Logan says that the only drivable Yugos nowadays is in video games.
Yep.
Wait, they put one in a video game?
I bet you it's the
Probably.
fastest car, too, because nobody picks it.
Right. How do you mod that?
Probably broke down.
You actually put a motor in
Yeah.
it.
My Yugo's, double the horsepower. I put a second sewing machine in it.
Well, that's like this Pacer that I'm building. If anybody ever got brave enough to do one in real life, but a Helifit motor and a Pacer, you'd never be able to keep it on the road. You step on the gas, the damn front end would become the back end. The back end would
Need to
become the
put
front end. And
bricks in the hatch.
Do you have a name for that build, Mike?
Not done.
Not,
Not done.
not guessed it right on the head. Not done yet.
I would call that the outpacer.
The Outpacer, yeah. The Outpacer Pacer.
Oh, that's a good. Man, you're quick with that stuff, PG. Good job.
Man, BG's creative, dude. He's
You know, I did mock up that Hellcat engine in that Pacer body you gave me.
yeah,
It will fit.
it will fit.
It's hard to believe, but it will
It'll
fit.
fit in there.
That's awesome.
That was the great thing about those cars. They definitely had big engine bays.
Yeah, there
I
was a
just
lot
like
of firsts
the
on that car too. That was the first American-made car with rack and pinion steering. If you look on the passenger side of that car, the door was 4 inches bigger on the passenger side to let the egress for people to get in and out easier. But the problem with that car is the same problem that everybody knows about: the 1,342 square inches of glass.
Yeah.
I tell
Could you imagine
people-
having that car in Florida in the summertime?
Oh no, thank you.
Oh
I
my
had
god,
in
it would be
Vermont.
like driving a
You
greenhouse.
wouldn't be making sub sandwiches. You'd be making like meatball sandwiches.
Yeah, it had to be
Yeah.
that's for sure.
Yeah, oven toasted sandwiches, definitely.
You ever burned your hand on a metal seatbelt from the 70s?
Yeah.
Dude, I live in
Matt-
Arizona. I do that in the winter.
Nowadays.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
nowadays, yeah.
I tell the story all the time about I got an uncle that lives in Vermont that was like my favorite uncle. So when I got that 76 Pacer, it was used when I got it. And that bright yellow, canary freaking yellow. I drive it down to his farm, some 40 miles away, and I want to show my uncle that I've been mowing lawns and doing the right thing, and I'm working hard, and I got my Pacer, or I got a car. Now, your uncle, he smokes 2 packs a day. He's a Vietnam vet. He walks around that car and he smokes his cigarette and he looks in there and he looks around. It takes about 5 minutes walking around this thing. And he looks at me and says, Mikey, you know why they put so much glass in this thing? I said, no, sir. Why? He said, so they can see the idiot driving it. And walk back in the house. I'm like, well, that's the end of my day.
Classic.
Yeah, that was.
No, I'm a firm believer that you can make any car look good.
You can. Look at Chip Foose did that. And I think I showed that to you, Tim, the Chip Foose drawing that he did of a Pacer.
Yeah.
Yeah, he made it look good.
Yeah.
On paper, anyway.
It's all about attitude. Wheels and stance are the first thing.
Thank you very much. That's what I say. It sets the mood for the vehicle.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Well, gentlemen, we are 5 minutes from our 2-hour mark. It's been flying by.
Yeah, that went fast.
Yeah, it did.
Tim and Matt, I'm sure you guys have seen before, but we like to give our guests at the end of the show an opportunity to plug anything you got going on or talk about your channel or whatever you'd like to do.
Go
Matt,
ahead,
would you
Tim.
like to go first with that?
Oh yeah, I'll go first. No, I appreciate everybody. I appreciate you, Mike, for inviting me on here. Let me take my goggles off. It's fun. I know I turned you down the first time because it was like I think we were going somewhere or something like that. But
Yeah, you had something going on.
no, I truly appreciate it. It was fun talking with all you guys, and I can't wait to see y'all in person.
Same here, Matt. Same here.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. I enjoy it. But
We might
no,
have to
thank you
also-
so much. Same stuff on my channel, man. It's like every week it's just something different. Sometimes goofy, sometimes silly, sometimes really simple. The one that came out today was literally about panel lining. So if you want your 82-year-old grandpa to go to sleep tonight, put him on that one. But nah, it's I have so many beginners watching. It's good to show them, and
Just for
all
the
of
record,
our knowledge together, we can definitely help these people.
absolutely.
Exactly.
I'm sure everybody knows, but go ahead and give your channel a shout out. So if they don't have your sub yet, they can go check you out.
Matt Hickey on Facebook. If you follow me there, it's going to look weird because I'm wearing an apron and woodworking, but it's Matt Hickey on Facebook. And then, of course, Matt's Models and More on YouTube.
All right.
Or like Mike likes to say, the YouTubes.
The tubes. Well, we want to say thank you for coming in and joining us today. We understand last time you couldn't make it, had something going on, but we appreciate you hanging out with us today.
It's fun, man. Anytime.
Mr. Tim, you got anything you want to plug, talk about?
Well, sure. First off, I'd like to thank you for having me on. It's always a great time.
Absolutely.
I actually look forward to it. So if you ever need any more, just let me know.
That makes one of us.
But yeah, I have a YouTube channel, Casper Builds. I basically put up videos it's just progress pictures of my builds, set to some music. I am going to have some how-to stuff on there. I'm starting I just put 2 new ones on last week. It sat there dormant for a few years, but now being all moved and everything, I have more time to do things.
Nice.
So I plan on updating those. I've got like 4 started yet right now that I got to finish. And then we have our show. It's the second Saturday of September in Fort Atkinson, Wisconsin. Scale Madness. And it's a military and automotive show. It's a first through third, every class. Best of. It's a good time. A real good time.
What club are you with?
Midwest Scale Modelers.
Midwest Scale Modelers.
Yeah, and the show's called Midwest Scale Madness.
Nice.
This will be our 6th year putting that
Looking
one
forward to it.
Good
Oh,
job.
and he froze up. Well, everybody froze up, so it's me.
Yep, just you.
Who's
Set the
using your
microwave.
microwave? Zing.
Zing.
I'm not frozen.
I froze up.
Oh,
I froze up. I'm back now.
It's a little
Oh,
cool
for
in
a
my
second.
apartment, but
That beer is cold.
right. So yeah, but it's been a great time. Great talking to all you guys. So
I think he's done, Mike.
No, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Sorry, this stupid the squirrel inside my internet power maker he fell over dead. I had to put another squirrel in there.
You just shot him and you were getting ready to make him for dinner, weren't you?
Right. I hadn't had squirrel in a while, so I'm getting pretty hungry.
That's why you got to use cats, man. They got 9 lives.
That's exactly right.
Florida man.
Oh, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't want a cat that kept coming back on me like that after dinner.
Yeah, Pet Cemetery type stuff. No thanks.
Pet Cemetery.
That cat just won't stay down.
Mr. BG, you got anything you want to plug, talk about?
Well, I'd like to thank our guests today. They were a lot of fun to hang out with and finally get a chance to talk to them sort of in person. So good talk to you guys. Can't wait to see you all at Acme. I'm sure we're going to have to get together and break some bread together during that weekend. And then if you want to watch more of this, you can tune into my channel where you won't see any of it because I only do this on Sundays for some reason. But we do have a final we want to do on the DeLorean because boy, I'm proud of actually finishing that. So there we go. And then we'll talk to you all in the next one.
Sounds good. Justin.
All right, everyone. Thanks for joining us again this week. It was fun. Next week, I will not be here because I will be headed back from South Bend, Indiana. So keep that in mind, guys. Mike, producer of the show.
Gotcha.
I will be headed back from South Bend with my good friend Lou.
I'm worried about Lou. I'm worried about Lou.
You don't need to worry about Lou because he will be in my care. But yeah, thanks for joining us today, guys. Go build something. Quit sitting there watching us do shit and do shit for yourself.
Good plug for next week's show.
That's right. Yeah. So everybody in the chat is going, woohoo, Justin won't be there next week.
Apparently that's what the Insanity guys did last night.
Right? I heard that. Well, I'd like to take a second to thank both Matt and Tim. Thank you guys so very much for helping us out and coming in and hanging out with us. It's always a pleasure. Got to hang out with you, Matt, a little bit at a show. Tim, we got a little bit of a friendship where I've been to your place and hung out, so I appreciate that for sure. To my fellow co-hosts, BG and Justin, thank you guys so much. You help make this show every week, and I definitely appreciate y'all. Chat, can't say enough to you guys, man. You guys had it rolling today. We were north of 60 some odd people in here. You guys are awesome. We thank you so very much for showing up every week, hanging out with us, having a good time, asking some great questions, and giving answers. So same time, same channel next week. I think we'll have everybody back except Justin. So maybe we'll have another guest come in and hang out with us. You never know on Sundays what it is we're going to do. It's kind of like getting a Christmas present from your grandmother. You don't know what's going to happen, but you know you're not going to like it.
But you know it'll probably be a check for 87 cents.
Right?
Is that lime?
Or pink bunny jammies.
All right, guys. Same time, same channel. As always, be kind to each other. Keep on modeling, and we'll see you next week.